Please, how many of us were able to get a copy of the book? Okay. All right. Thank you. Amazing. All right. So let us start up quickly today. We're supposed to have two important sections today. So we're going to run through this very fast, and then we will look at something else. We'll have two powerful sections tomorrow. Lord help me. We'll have two important sections tomorrow. And so just a minute. Okay, so somebody's sharing. If you didn't get the book, what you got to do is change the what's it called now? Go and sign up. Ensure that you're signed up. And once you sign up, just go to Viral Marketplace. You will see it. Go to Viral Marketplace. You will see it. Once you're signed up, just go to Viral Marketplace. You will see it. Yeah. Okay. So very quickly, let's run this as fast as possible so that we can be able to get results ASAP. So we're going to look at advanced prompting strategy. We'll look at 4 of them. So tomorrow, we'll take some examples on them, and we'll proceed with what we're starting again today. Like I said, there are things that we did not unveil to you in the flyer, and we're going to be unveiling it. This is it's a full AI school. This first 8 days that we're doing or so is just the beginning. And we're going to pack our head with a whole lot of information. And the next 15 days that will follow will be structured, hands-on group work projects. And like I said, just dedicate your match for AI. You're not going to lose anything. I mean, how can the whole world be going to AI and you feel like if I dedicate a month, and not even like a full month, if I dedicate a few hours every day in a month, trying to learn 1 or 2 things about AI, that is going to be a waste. No, it will not. So that's where we are. And I believe that a whole lot of us, by the time we're done, you will get so much value. You will get so much value. You will get so much value. So before I proceed, I will announce it again, but just in case I forget, remember that tomorrow we're having a section. I'll give us the time, two sections, one for businesses and business owners. It's going to be a 2-hour section again before we now commence our main section. But I think our section tomorrow will be by 8 p.m. Our session tomorrow might be from 8 p.m. So the business section might be by 4 or thereabout. So I will tell us at the end of the class today. I'll tell us at the end of the class today. So we get ready. I sent in something and I said we should go and create an account. How many of us have done that? How many of us have done that? I say create account with, yeah. Oh, I have done. More. Trust me, there's nobody that will teach you guys that will not want to put in all their energy. There's nothing as good as knowing that those you're teaching are as serious as you are. And like I said yesterday, I'm glad that even some of you that missed some classes could come back and like say, hey, I missed one of this class, knowing too well that you're even going to find it on YouTube. Most of you have gone to YouTube and rewatched and all of that. So thank you, amazing people. So yeah, please, if you're ready to learn, type in the chat box, we're ready. If you're ready to learn, type in the chat box, you're ready. Let me check up on our people on YouTube just to make sure that they are good. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. Everyone said they're ready. Wisdom Gibson say active. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's get going. So today we're going to be looking at advanced prompting strategies. We have 4 of them. We have what is called the chain of thought. We have what is known as the self-consistency. We have what is known as generated knowledge prompting. And we have the structuring complex prompts with delimiters. So we're going to look at them. So I'll try to see if I can do each of them in, let's say, within 5 to 8 minutes each, explaining them. Tomorrow we take examples. Why I'm always doing it like that is when we explain it like this today, it will sink in. So by tomorrow, when we're taking examples, it's as if we're also repeating it again. So you'll be able to get clarity. All right. So you know that within the last 4 days, would have mastered certain things. We've talked about clarity, we've talked about context, we've talked about roles, playing a role, we've talked about formats, we've talked about constraints, and so many other stuff. Now, the idea is that this is the time to level up. So please type in the chat box, let's level up, let's level up, let's level up. So this is like you're in school, this is like final year kind of thing. So please put it right there in the comment section, the chat box, say, let's level up, let's level up, let's level up, let's level up, let's level up. So one thing that you can also be doing, I saw some of us doing that yesterday, is that we're learning, mentioning some things. You can be typing it as well in the chat box so that other people, especially those that their networks are bad, when they come back or as they are there, they can also be seen and be picking out things. If you get anything very interesting, put it in the chat box. When I mention a subtopic, put it there, even while you're writing in your notes, so that other people will learn. So yeah, so let's level up. Like I said, this is like final year kind of stuff. All right, this is like for senior men. So sometimes, here is the truth. Please listen carefully. Even well-structured prompts, using the foundational techniques don't quite give you the result you're looking for. Now you know why we say let's level up, right? And this will happen especially when you're dealing with tasks that requires complex reasoning or tasks that requires, how do I put it now, like multi-step logic or high accuracy or, couple of stuff. So it means that most of those foundational stuff we've learned might not give you the exact result or the best result that you're looking out for, considering the fact that you're doing such things, or maybe you're looking out for such things as, let's say, you're doing a very, very difficult reasoning, the kind of prompt that, that requires some sort of difficult reasoning. Okay. So what do we do therefore in that case? We have to try to look at some advanced strategy that is designed to push, to push the capacity, the ability of the elements to further help us tackle more difficult challenge, right? You want to push it a little bit further. You want to come up with strategy that we can use to collect more things. It's the same thing, but now you want to be able to come up with strategies that you want to really use to collect it. So let me give you an example. So let's say, who should I use now? Wait, please permit me. Let me use somebody in the classroom so that let me use permit me. I'm okay. Livinus, can you hear me? Livinus, please, can you hear me? Respond to me. Livinus, are you married? Oh, Dagogo said I should pick him. Okay, let me pick Dagogo. Dagogo, are you married? Please, I'm asking on Zoom. YouTube people, I'll give you updates. Dagogo, please. Aha, Dagogo said he's not married. Okay. Yeah, YouTube people, I'll come back. I'll use somebody from there. Michael also said so. Okay, Dagogo says he's not married. Livino says he's not married. Ladies, please take note. So now, let's assume that Dagogo's girlfriend, for example, wants to collect money from him, and she just says casually, "Oh, babe, please, I just need some money to add up with what I have to make my hair." All right, and that's just what she said, and let's say what she wants to do is about 40,000, just as an example. Dagogo, somebody saying in the chat box, Emilia is saying she has a sister, so you can shoot your shot. We will be more than happy to attend the prompt engineering wedding. Okay, let's go back to class. So now she said, oh, just what she wants to do is, let's say it's 40K, right? And she said, oh, just help me with something. Let me add up with what I have. And when women say stuff like that, they don't normally say what they have. They'll just say, let me top up what I have. But they won't say, they will not tell you what they have, So now let's say that Google just casually just gave her 5K. This is just an example. And she's fine. She's like, she didn't complain. She's a wife material kind of person, and all of that. And she tries it again next time, Dagogo just randomly 10K, because don't blame Dagogo, because probably Dagogo didn't know how much for the hair, and she just said, please just gave me. And Dagogo is a nice guy. And she's not complaining because she knows that Dagogo is a nice person and Dagogo comes through for her all the time. But now there's a problem here because she wants to, what she needs is like 50K or 40K. And now Dagogo is giving her 5K the first time, 10K for this particular stuff. Now, what we're saying is that she might have to come up with an advanced strategy, right? To be able to push Dagogo to get more money for that same thing. So she would have understood that this strategy of just saying just it's not working. She might have to come up with very strong strategy to ensure that. So it could be a case of maybe they're having a chat in the evening on WhatsApp and then she's not vibing. She's just sounding very cold and they will go like, what's going on? I know that she's not just happy, blah, blah, blah. And then the story goes on. And of course, Dagogo wants to make his girlfriend happy and all of that. And before you know it, a whole lot of stuff. And she might not even this time say, let me add up. She can just say she just needs to be able to make this hair today so that she can attend her sister's wedding looking very good and beautiful for him and all that. And then before you know it, Dagogo might even send 40K this time or 50K this time or 100K this time because she's coming up with strategy, advanced strategy. So it's not like you're not getting results with all the fundamentals, all the things we've been learning, but we're saying that there might be some things you want to do that are a little bit complex. They might be complex reasoning. They might be multi-step logic, all right, that you want to carry out. And in that case, you want to say, all right, I'm not getting the kind of result I'm looking at for, so let me be able to, you know, adopt. So that's where the strategies comes in. So we want to be able to push the element, we want to be able to push the AI further. We want to push it further so that it can confess, it can bring out more things, you know, to help us get results. So the first thing on our list is the chain of thought. The first thing on our list is the chain of thought. All right. The first thing on our list is the chain of thought. And the chain of thought, the chain of thought prompting is the chain of thought prompting is a technique that, you know, explicitly encourages the LMM to think step by step. That's why it's called chain of thought. You want to encourage the element to think step by step or work out its reasoning before giving an final answer. You want to encourage the element to think step by step or work out its reasoning before giving the final answer. All right? Now, instead of just asking for the result, right? Instead of just asking for the result, we want to ask the element like the things that comes in between, the intermediate reasoning process that leads to it. So we're not just going to say, give us this result. We want it to be able to break down the things that came in between or the things that are coming in between the reasoning process that will lead to that result. Now, it is important that you don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that LMMs sometimes make logical leaps. This is very important. Like they can skip certain logical things or even errors when trying to like answer complex questions directly, especially when it involves maths, when it involves logical puzzles, when it even involves multi-step inference. So if you adapt the chain of thought prompting, you will guide the model to break the problem down into smaller, more manageable steps. This will often lead to a very, very accurate result. All right. The idea, like a friend of mine would say, is that the chain of thought will mimic how humans often work through complex problems. Because see, if there is a complex problem, one of the things that humans would do is to want to walk through it. one of the things that humans will do is that they will want to walk through it step by step. They will want to walk through the whole problem step by step. They're not just going to uh, want to jump into the result. They want to begin to look at it and then try to follow it step by step to get the needed result. Okay. Now, when to use it? When to use it? Now, arithmetic or math problem, as you can see right there, arithmetic or math problem. So when we have arithmetic or math word problem, we try to use chain of thought so that we can be able to break all the logic in between so that you can understand what we want to do and give us results. Now, logic puzzles and deductive reasoning task. There is a reason why I added this stuff to your slides so that you understand. If I know a particular technique or strategy and I know when most likely to use it, it makes sense. So I believe we can take a screenshot and have it. And please take note. When you're learning, I told us yesterday that you're going to read. You're going to read. You will not survive. There was a deep conversation that we had, and it was a very close conversation 2 weeks ago. And like certain persons, it was, powered by, at the time, Office of the Minister of, what's it called now? Communication and Digital Transformation and all of that. And it was the very enclosed conversation. Now, one of the things I shared in that conversation was that, are you aware that at the core of AI, that those who are driving it are professors, very intelligent people? This is not just what you say, I dropped out of school. No, this is not that part of tech. So it means that even that's why I sent that very small ebook, because I want to start triggering your desire, your excitement to read. That if you see anything AI, a document, an article, a news, you're patient to read, not to, there's a difference between reading to know, to understand, and then reading to respond. This is not about seeing a post on Facebook and say, oh, Claude is better than ChatGPT, and then we join in and start arguing. It's a lie. No. That's not. Those go and check. See, go and check those conversations. Check those responding, and just check and find out what they are doing with AI. You just find out that it ends with generating picture, doing whatever. The core people who are ready to dominate the AI space don't join in those conversations. It is not that they don't know that this other one is better than this one in this area, but they know that no AI tool does it all. That most times you could even combine 2, 3, and then you pick this one, pick this one, pick this one, and get what? That most times, if you become so good with prompting, you could get a particular thing and drive with it, and you're good. So you must open up your mind to reading. You must open up your mind to reading. What most of you have been seeking for in the last 4 or 5 years when it comes to making money, in the next 3 months, if you pay attention, you will blow up. You will not believe it. You will not even be making noise. You'll just be making your small money with AI and relax. Your intelligence will show. Most of you that you don't even know how, you know you're good, but you don't even know how to show it. So the idea is that once you know, you can go back to these things I'm sharing. It's not that as we're learning it today, if you go back tomorrow, it's as if you're doing exam malpractice. That's not it. That's the wrong thing that school taught you. And especially in the internet age, no. That you should be able to say, oh, there's something even called chain of thought. Let me even go back and see when I can use that kind of this thing. That's it. There's a reason why I say go and write 7 things you learned by yourself. So that you can say, okay, these are the 7 things I learned by myself. During the class, I'm jotting down. You're not impressing anybody. It's not anything. In this class, there is nothing like first position. There is nothing like first class. So these are when to use it. arithmetic or math word problem, logic puzzles and deductive reasoning tasks, multi-step inference questions where the answer isn't immediately obvious, when a zero-shot prompting gives an incorrect answer to a reasoning-based question. So how do we implement it? How do we implement it, right? You're going to be able to do what we call the zero-shot chain of thought prompting. All right, the zero shot chain of thought prompting. Okay, we're going to look at it when we're taking the examples tomorrow. The zero shot. Please, sorry, let me respond to a message. Okay, so the zero shot chain of thought prompting, we're going to look at it tomorrow. So we implement it through zero shot chain of thought. So we call it the zero shot cut. That's COT, chain of thought. The O is usually a small letter. Forgive what I have on this slide. So zero shot chain of thought prompting. Then we also use few shot chain of thought. So these two will help us be able to do that. We're going to be taking the examples tomorrow. Now, we're going to be taking the examples tomorrow. Okay, so remember chain of thought. I said in this case, we have to break down the stuff step by step so that the element will understand what we want to do. And I said we implement it by adopting the zero shot chain of thought, and we also apply the few shot chain of thought. So we have the zero shot cut and the few shot cut. Now, the second type advanced strategy that we're going to be looking at is the self-consistency. Self-consistency. In this case, it's actually a technique often used I'm reading what we have on the slide. Self-consistency is a technique often used in conjunction with chain of thought. So we use it alongside chain of thought. It involves generating multiple chain of thought responses to the same prompt using settings that allow for variability, like a higher temperature if using an API. So, for example, in Google Studio, we have what is called the temperature. So we can either tune up the temperature or reduce it. What that simply means is like, how do I explain it so to understand? So what that simply means, like, you want to make it more accurate, or you want it to focus on certain things, right? And then selecting the most frequent final answer among those responses. So that's why it's called self-consistency. Here we get multiple results. A whole lot of results are coming. Results are coming. Results are coming. We generate a couple of them, and then we now check which one is the most frequent that it has maintained. Now, when do we use it? When accuracy is highly critical for reasoning tasks. Like when you know that, hey, oh boy, that we have to be very, very accurate in this one. Like we have to be very, very accurate. Then when it is complex problems where multiple valid reasoning paths might exist. And then to mitigate the impact of occasional random errors in a single cut gene, that's when we use that. So it's important to know that a single chain of thought path might still contain errors. You see, this is you now really, really understanding this AI thing, that it's not something you just give a God status. It's not something you give a God status and make it look like, oh, there will never be errors. No, we're saying that it is very much possible that there could be errors, even with the chain of thought. But however, by the time we start generating several different reasoning paths, self-consistency will leverage what is known as the wisdom of the crowd. All right, the wisdom of the crowd. So if multiple independent lines of reasoning, converge on the same answer, then that answer is more likely to be correct. So what we're saying is that you have multiple lines of reasoning. So we've done this, we've generated different responses, but a particular line of thought have been very consistent. So we use it. And we're also going to be taking an example tomorrow. You know how we do it. We'll take an example of them tomorrow. Like I said, that gives you time. That gives you time to assimilate this. So when we're taking an example again tomorrow, it gives us time to emphasize on it again. Then you now take an example. So that we always understand better. All right. Permit me to go to number 3. Please, if you're with me, just say yes. If you're with me, say yes in the comment section. Let me be sure that I'm not alone here. Oh, thank you. For those of you dropping all the things I'm sharing on the chat so that other people can get it, you're amazing. God bless you. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. All right. Thank you. Everybody says yes. Okay. So that means I'm not doing this alone. I got people rolling. Okay, cool. So let's look at number 3. Number 3 says generated knowledge prompting. Generated knowledge prompting. This technique involves prompting the LMM to first generate relevant facts or background information about the topic before attempting to answer the actual question or perform a task. All right, this is what it is. Look at it again. It involves prompting the LMM to first generate relevant facts. Now you're not rushing. In this one, you're not rushing at all. You just say, okay, let me even get facts about this particular stuff or background information about the topic before attempting to answer the actual question. Or perform the maintenance. Right? That's what the GKP does. All right. So here you get basic information. Let's say, for example, we have the war going on in Iran. All right. And then the US and Israel, they are bombing Iran. Some persons are just there on social media, for example, just, oh, Iran, they are happy. Some are supporting Israel and US, some are supporting all of that. But we're saying that assuming I really want to know what's going on, we can adopt the generated knowledge prompting by first trying to get background information of what's going on. All right, what's really going on? I mean, Iran as a country, what is it about them? What do they know? What has been their relationship with the US in the past? All right, so we begin to generate facts, certain background information. What kind of government does Iran practice? What kind of government do they run? All right, who are those that's been their leader or leaders over? So you get background information, and then you begin to now move on, because LMM struggles sometimes with questions, especially when you request specific. All right, specific, and then if the things are less common, all right, if they are less common or very recent knowledge, very recent knowledge, maybe something just happened today in Port Harcourt and ChatGPT 30 minutes later or 20 minutes later, it's going to struggle because that data is not yet available to it. All right, that data is not yet available to you. So it's going to struggle to try to gather those information to share with you. But the moment you begin by prompting for relevant facts first, you force the model to assess and state the knowledge it does have about the topic. So you will be able to know that it knows this because you've gotten facts, you've gotten relevant background information. So we'll be able to, okay, I think he really knows this one, or he doesn't know this one or the other one. Okay. All right. So that's what we mean by general knowledge. We're also going to, like I said, we'll take deep example from it tomorrow. I also mentioned there when to use it. So when we use it when we're answering questions about topics where accuracy is crucial. All right, where accuracy is very crucial. We use it there to answer questions where accuracy is very, very, very crucial. And then the model might otherwise what's it called now? Hallucinate. So if it's a situation where we know that the model might behave as if the head is shaking, that the head is not okay, then we might have to actually adopt the generated knowledge prompting. All right, Favor Christopher said hallucinate how? No, no, no. Like you're asking it something and it's giving you another answer. Like, and you just know that you've not even gone beyond your context window. Do you get? And you just the answer this is giving is as if he's mad. You know that kind of question that someone is answering when he's feeling sleepy. Okay, and maybe you just woke up the person and say, "Where did you keep my iPhone charger?" And the person said that Tinubu is traveling to France to meet somebody. So you just know that you just laugh and like this one, see sleep. So that kind of thing. So it can just be giving you answers that. So if we're in a situation where we're getting that kind of result from our prompt, we might need to change and decide to use generated knowledge prompting. In that way, we can begin to know how much the LMM knows, get the background information, and then, prepare it or position it to give us the best result possible. Then the next thing is tasks requiring synthesis of information from specific domains. All right, tasks requiring synthesis of information from specific domains. So when you want to be able to get, synthesis of information from certain domains, then we also use that. When you need to ensure the AI considers certain pieces of information before responding. All right. So when we want the AI to consider some information before it responds, then we use that guy as well. Okay. Sorry. Okay, please just hold on a minute. All right. Okay. So yeah, so tomorrow we'll look at them. I think we have about 2 or 3 steps to implement how to implement it. There's what is called the two-step approach. The two-step approach, there is combined approach. I think those are the only 2. Is it 2 or 3? Yeah. So you have the two-step approach and you have the combined approach. Okay. So let's move to the last one. Well, this one is called structuring complex prompts with delimiters. I told you yesterday what delimiters are, like commas, full stop, and all those things. We call them delimiters. And so sorry. Okay. So let me quickly explain that number 4. I'm sorry I didn't have it in the slide. Sorry. So structured complex prompts with delimiters. So here, what happens here is that it's more like instruction following and clarity combined together, but it just involves using clear markers or delimiters, tags, markdown headings, and all of that to distinctly separate different parts of a very complex prompt. All right. So you use comma to separate like different parts of the complex prompt. That's just what this is all about. So, but it's a very interesting thing because you if you use very clear delimiters, I've told us that delimiters are like commas, full stop, colon, semicolon, what's it called now? Forward slash, backward slash, underscore, and all of that. Now, if you use them, it helps the model to actually break down the prompt accurately. Okay, it will help it break down the prompt accurately, maybe understand the structure, and even correctly associate each piece of information with its intended purpose. So when do we use that type of prompt? I will try to give us one or two as much as I can remember, since we don't have it in the slide. But I know for sure we use it when very long prompts with multiple sections. So when you have a very long prompt, you can decide to separate them using delimiters. And you can also use them when you need to ensure that the AI doesn't confuse instructions with content it's supposed to process. So maybe you're typing in a sentence and you want the AI to work on that sentence. So we have to separate it now so that the AI will not mistake your instruction you're giving to it with the sentence itself. So let's say, for example, I want AI to paraphrase something like create create a morning message I can send to blah blah blah, right? So that's what I want it to. I want it to paraphrase it. But remember, I listen again. I want it to paraphrase, create a morning message. I want it to paraphrase that statement, create a morning message I can send to blah. Now, don't forget that create a morning message by itself can be a prompt. Create a morning message for this, and this I can set to can be a prompt. So if we don't separate properly, if I just say certain thing, it might not be able to break it down to give me the right kind of result. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying, okay? All right. All right. Okay, so we're already at 8 because, like I said, we have something to do today. Okay. All right. So there is what I call the C framework for prompt transformation. I should be able to show us that. It's called the C framework. So I will show us that tomorrow. It's a framework I developed. We'll be able to look at it. The first S stands for standard prompt. The second S, first E stands for expected outcome. The third E stands for engineered prompt. All right. So we'll be able to look at that. Okay. So I have loads of examples I would like us to look at tomorrow. It will be a blast tomorrow. Okay, it will be a blast tomorrow. For some, I will just be able to share them. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. So yes. Proper use, but let's just call them delimiters because not all punctuation marks are delimiters, or not all delimiters are punctuation marks, right? So, but yeah, but if that helps you understand it, okay, that makes sense. All right. So the next thing we're going to look at, ladies and gentlemen, today, we're going to be introducing us to agentic AI. So that's why I told you today's class is divided into two. We do this part and then we look at agentic AI, and then tomorrow again, we continue with this part and continue with agentic AI again, and the same thing on Sunday. All right. So let's see. Okay. Sorry, I need to share another slide. Please, if you're ready as we dive into AI agents, if you're ready, as we dive into AI agents, say yes. Yeah. So just type in agentic AI. Type in agentic AI. Type in agentic AI. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, amazing people. Thank you. Billionaire, I'm glad to see you again. Sorry, let me check up on our YouTube people. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's get ready to learn. Let's get ready to learn. So very quickly, remember in our first class or so, we looked at what agentic AI is. We looked at generative AI and agentic AI. So all these ones we're doing now, they are generative AI where you just generate stuff. They're reacting to what you're doing. But agentic AI is where we can set up something and then it can be doing it. Now listen carefully. Listen carefully. I decided, in short, it took me a whole lot of time to be able to break this down so that I can start from the very basics that can help you move forward. All right. So please pay attention. So, what is agentic AI? AI that plans, acts, and adapts, not just responds. So far, if you pay attention, you notice that all we've been doing is that we've been walking around and our AI has been responding to us. Okay, it's been responding to us. We say do this and it's responding. But now we are talking about an AI that can plan, an AI that can act and adapt, based on whatever we've done. Okay. And let's look at two things. Okay. Let's look at two things. We're looking at the reactive AI and the agentic AI. The reactive AI and the agentic AI. So, what happens with reactive AI is that you ask and it answers. All right. You ask and it answers. So, what happens here is that it responds to a single prompt, just that single prompt you gave to it. That's what it will respond to. All right. Then there is no planning, no memory, no tool used. There is no extra tool we're using for that. But in agentic AI, it is goal driven. It operates. Okay. It acts like it operates. It operates. So because it does operate, all right, because it operates, we're saying that it can plan, it can execute tasks, it can use tools, we can evaluate results and adjust actions. All right, we can do all of that. We can do all of that. We can do all of that. Okay, so the reactive AI, where we just say we ask something, it gives us results. That's where we've been before now. I hope you remember. That's which is very important. Okay, but now we've moved from there to say, oh, we want to get to the point where the system can act autonomously to achieve a goal rather than simply responding to a simple prompt. So the system can just act autonomously by responding to a goal. Okay, and the truth is most of the AI that we all have are all reactive AI. Agentic AIs are built, and that is where you come in. And this is why I wanted to take this very seriously. Okay, there is some sort of good news that I will share with you, but let's just proceed. And those of you that want to take it serious, I expect that this night, tomorrow morning, you should have finished it. So let's think about something. Let's think about this. If a calculator, for example, if you type in 10 plus 10, if you type in 10 plus 10, it will give you 4. That's an example of a reactive AI, or 10 plus 10. It can give you 20 rather. That's an example of a reactive AI. It's just reacting. But think about a personal assistant. So let's imagine now that, who should we use? Okay, don't worry. Let me use somebody from YouTube this time. So let's say Michael Austin. Let's say Michael Austin on YouTube is having his birthday. And he reaches out to me, his personal assistant, and say, please plan a birthday for me. Listen carefully, please. I've given you one example for reactive AI. I said, if we say 2 plus 2, or 10 plus 10, or 15 plus 15, it will give me 30. 10 plus 10 will give me 20. 2 plus 2 will give me 4. Reactive AI, straight up. I ask it, it gives me an answer, that's all. But now, let's imagine where Michael Austin on YouTube is asking me to plan a birthday party for him. Because he said I should go ahead and plan a birthday party for him, what it means is that, for example, I need to find a venue. All right, so I want everyone to get involved. He said I should plan a party for him. Please, what are the things that you think I need to start doing? I need to do to be able to plan that party. I've mentioned one. I will find a venue. I need the rest. Everyone contribute so that you understand what I'm saying. Vendors. He says vendors. Cohort said guest list. Oliver said venue, cake, drinks, invitation. Nwafo said caterers. You see, someone says billionaire brother and says MC. Miss Esther says DJ. Right? Faith of Fodile on YouTube says food vendors. Yeah, you guys are getting it. Decorator, dignitary, videographer and photographer. Zia, thank you so much. Thank you, Zia. Decoration. Venue, Victory Paul Fubara. Thank you, Victory. Drinks. Ushers. Sound system. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Fund budget. Thank you. I think we have a whole lot of event managers here. Thank you. So you see souvenir. Thank you, Ogene Carol. Thank you. Dagogo says security, very important, very important. Against them, what are they called? Bandits. So thank you, everyone. So yeah, Victory Friday, bouncers, yeah, just like what Dagogo says, security. So now all those things you mentioned, that is an agentic behavior that Michael Austin don't have to be there. That yes, it's going to be present because I have to call and be asking for maybe small money if he did not release all the funds at once, or getting when I want to get the guest list, I might have to work with him and all that. So little or no input. After we must have gone through everything and he approves it. I can proceed to go and pay for the venue. I can do whatever I can. That's it. I have a company that we do something for every year. during the Port Harcourt Tech Expo for 2 years. I think, okay, it was even last year that he showed up almost second to the last day of the event. 1 week that he showed up. The rest of the time, he did not. Everything is running, and that's it. He can give you details of what's going on because that is how an agentic AI works. That is how it works. Okay, that is how it works. Okay, so let's see. So you have this. So what are the 4 components of an AI agent? What are the 4 components of an AI agent? Somebody write it down in the comment section. Number 1, goal. The agent must have a very clear objective. No go get big eye when you want to create agents. Take it easy. The agent must have a very clear objective. This is what we want to achieve. All right, this is what we want to achieve. So a very clear objective. Number 2, planning. Planning. So you have a very clear objective. For example, we're saying finding business opportunities in Lagos, maybe, or creating marketing strategies. So we want to build an agent that can create marketing strategies. So once you come under that agent and put in whatever prompt we're going to guide you to put, it doesn't have to do anything. It will just generate marketing strategy for you. It will generate marketing strategy for you. Research competitors and all of that. The same thing with planning. So the AI should be able to break the goal into smaller structured steps and tasks. All right. So it will break it into that. Okay. Then tools. So there, uses search engine, uses APIs, calculators, DBs. DBs means databases, and it can integrate or use other models, spreadsheets, and all of that. Then finally, memory, or you can call it feedback. So agents can remember previous steps, and it can evaluate results and adjust. Okay, so we're going to try out something. We're going to try out something, and I hope that it helps. So please, I said here, the agentic AI doesn't just respond, it operates. It doesn't just respond, it operates. It doesn't just respond, it operates. All right. So we're going to create a very simple, agent. We're going to create a very simple agent using Google Studio. Using Google Studio. I beg you, just try and pay attention. We're going to write a whole lot of script. So the first thing is that if you can be able to do this one we're starting with, the rest will not be a problem for you, because you don't need to fall into lies. Oh, come and build AI agents. For some of them, you have to write Python scripts. And most of you here don't even know what Python is, or some of you have never downloaded Python before. Most of you have never written a single line of code. So this training was not in any way designed to intimidate or impress you or make you, no. The idea is that you need to gain knowledge. So follow through just gradually. We'll tell you the things that are possible for you. We'll tell you the things that you need to advance on, but trust me, you'll be solid. So I told us to create an account with Google AI Studio. So once you do that, the first thing you need to do is to do what we call agent instruction. Write it down, agent instruction. It is also called system instruction. You see, when he said Python not supposed to pass snake. Whitney, respect yourself now. So it's called agent instruction or system instruction. Agent instruction or system instruction. Okay? Agent instruction or system instruction. So the first thing we're going to do is that, like we said, you have to define your goal. You have a clear objective in mind. Okay? Have a very clear objective in mind. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to create an agent. We're going to create an agent called Startup Idea Generator Agent. Type it in for us. Startup Idea Generator Agent. Startup Idea Generator Agent. Startup Idea Generator Agent. So if you have your node, trust me, if it's only two that will create and you go sleep over it, that'll be fine. So I'm not going to rush this. Startup Idea Generator Agent. So now we want to create an agent that, based on certain conditions, is going to help us generate an idea, right? The goal is to help Nigerian entrepreneurs discover profitable business ideas. Listen, the goal is to help Nigerian businessmen or women, or what did I say? Nigerian entrepreneurs discover profitable business ideas. So someone write that down. I've given you the name of the agent. I've also given you the objective. Like I said, the objective does have to be clear, very clear. Very clear, guys, very, very clear. So help Nigerian entrepreneurs discover profitable business ideas. That's the objective. Who is writing that down for us? Zoom people, you're dull, you know. People on YouTube, they are finishing work like this. Okay. So the goal is to help Nigerian entrepreneurs. Thank you so much, Oliver Justice. Thank you for coming through. So the goal is to help Nigerian entrepreneurs discover profitable business ideas. So remember, we've gotten the name and the agent's goal. Very important. The goal must be very clear that this is what we want to do. It shouldn't be ambiguous. All right. And now, of course, we go to what's it called now? Google AI Studio. So I'm going to type in what is known as the agent instruction. But what do I do? Okay, so for this first one, I'm going to take it in phases. Then later on, I'll now do a combined stuff so that we'll see the result, okay? So now let's do this. Let's do this. So let's say you are an AI business consultant that helps entrepreneur. This is what I'm telling the AI itself. Oh. This is what I'm telling the AI itself. You are an AI business consultant that helps entrepreneurs identify business opportunities Oh, sorry, please, sorry. So let me stop. Okay. Sorry. I thought I was sharing that screen. Forgive me, please. Forgive me. Okay. So I'm in my Google AI studio. Thank you so much. Favor Christopher, thank you. I actually thought I was projecting. I was sharing that screen. Sorry. So you're an AI business consultant. So I'm typing this into my Google AI studio. Remember, that's what we're using. We've been using, so I want us today to use Google AI Studio. And it's very good for you to start off your AI agent journey. Yeah, Abiodun Akala, I'm not sharing. I'm sharing my screen now. Favor, confirm you can see my screen now. Thank you. So I said you're an AI business consultant that helps entrepreneurs identify business opportunities. What should I add there? Let's say aha. So let's say not in Nigeria, but in Nigerian cities. Okay, in Nigerian cities. In Nigerian cities. In Nigerian cities. Sorry. Sorry, please. I mistakenly pressed something. Okay. So yeah, in Nigerian cities. Please look at where I'm typing it down here. Okay, in Nigerian cities. If you check here, look at the top here where my cursor is. You will see the number of tokens I've typed so far. Okay, and if you go there, you see tokens. So I have about a million, 1,048,000 tokens. My input token so far is 18, right? My input token so far is 18. So I'm showing you now so that you see practical of all those things we learned. Look at it there. You will see my input token. Because I've not asked for a response, we're not going to see the output tokens. So let's continue. So I said in Nigerian cities, all right? I say Nigerian cities. Then I come down. I can proceed by saying you analyze. I'll prefer that you're writing this thing down in your notes or you're typing it directly in your system if you're practicing with me at the same time, so that you have please. All right. Sorry, 1 minute. All right. So I said you analyze problems. You analyze problems in the market and suggest business ideas that that can solve those problems. That can solve those problems. And then I say always provide structured answers and clear explanations. Now listen, like I said, I want us to take it bit by bit. So this is like the normal prompt that I've been doing. But you see, I started with the act as a role or persona that we talked about. So that's why I said the role playing. So we adopt the role playing here, very, very important. And we say you are an AI business consultant. So I've already made it, I'm telling you that this is who you are. All right. I'm telling you that this is who you are. Like I mentioned in that first class, I'm using this account and I'm not using a paid version. This is the free version. So before you start complaining, oh, it's because I'm using the free version so that you too, you can practice and use the free version very well, at least for these ones. Okay? So now, this step that we just took defines who the AI agent is. So the AI agent in this case is a business consultant. All right? Is a business consultant. So now, like I said, there are more things we're going to add, but let's proceed. So we are now going to tell it something. Please follow through. We're going to tell it something. We're now going to say something like, we want to position in such a way that when someone prompts our AI agent, how it should give you the answer. So we can continue by saying, when a user provides a city name, let's put it like that, follow these steps. Follow these steps. All right, follow these steps. And so what's step one? Step one, I want you to identify common problems. Identify common problems people face in that city. That's what I want you to do. Listen again. Understand that you're building an agent. And because of that, you want to tell it what you should do when people prompt it. You know, before now, you've been the one prompting. Now you're creating a system where other people will prompt. And what we're building is just a startup idea generator. So these are agents that anybody that wants to generate a startup idea in any city, just come to our AI agent. That's what you're saying. So when you hear they say, oh, we're building agents that can help us do this in our business, this is where it starts from. This is how it's done. That is why prompt engineering is key, because you must be able to prompt properly for you to build an AI agent that other people can prompt. So we started by saying you are an AI business consultant. That is your AI agent. You're telling it that, please, moving forward from now henceforth, you're now an AI business consultant. And what do? That you help entrepreneurs identify business opportunities in Nigerian cities. That is what it does. You analyze problems in the market and suggest business ideas that can solve those problems. Always provide structured answers and clear explanations, right? When a user provides a city name, now you're telling it that when someone comes to it and provide a city name, remember we said in Nigeria, so it's going to be a Nigerian city. When a user provides a city name, follow these steps. So what are the steps? Step one, let it go ahead and identify the problems people face in that city. And then step two, what we will now ask it to suggest 5 business opportunities, 5 business opportunities that solve those problems. We're not done. We can also ask it immediately in step 3. We can ask it in step 3 to estimate startup cost. So we ask it to estimate startup costs. That's what it will cost to start up. Should we add one more? Yeah, step 4, we can say suggest a simple marketing strategy. Suggest 2 simple marketing strategies. And then I think we're good there. So let me wrap it up by saying present the output. We learned about it in our previous class, I think 2 or 3 classes ago, where we talked about output in the anatomy of a prompt. In the anatomy of a prompt, go back and check it. So I say present the output in a clear, structured manner. In a clear, structured format. Now listen carefully. I'm done. So this is how we give the agent its decision logic. You're programming it. You're telling it if a user comes and the user gives you a city, when a user provides a city name, follow these steps. So it means that you have to sit down and draw up, okay, for this thing, this flow, this agent thing I want to build to be able to do this thing for me, how will it work? So if a user comes, what should the user put in? And once the user, you have to decide what the user should put in. Remember, if you go to some platforms, if they say, yes, you will see, Domde, you will see now. So you have to, if you go to some platforms, they can tell you, oh, thank you so much, Oliver. So Oliver has typed it for us in the chat box. So most of you can just copy it, paste it somewhere on your WhatsApp so you use it later, or you can copy directly and put in your Google Studio. So you break it down because you have to decide what the user will give to you. I hope you know that if you see some platforms, they say type. It's type, you will type. If they say upload picture, it's image, it's upload, you upload. So it's what they say you should request for. So you have to decide what you want to take from the user. All right. So now I'm done with that. I'm just going to run it here. So I'm running it now. So I will give it some time. So you see, I'm ready to assist you. Please provide the name of the Nigerian city. Sorry. Okay, let me save in my Google Drive. Okay. Oh. Okay. So like I said, I had to use this fresh account so that you get value. So you see, now I'm coming here now as a user. Please watch at this. I come here as a user and I say city. City like this. Let me use, I'm in Port Harcourt. So let me type in Port Harcourt right here. So I say city, Port Harcourt. That's all. That's the only information. That's all. And then I just ask it to run. So if a user types in Port Harcourt, that's all. Just type in your city. That's all. Now you can see. Look at it. Look at it. I'm just going to select anyone. Let me select this one. So look at it. Can you see? Please pay attention. This is the answer that came from just typing in Port Harcourt. That's all. So right now, you can type in any city. Just type in only city. It will be generating for you. So if I send you this and you open it up, on your own end, all you're going to do is type in city, ma'am, that's all. And remember, let me take you back. Look at the prompt. We said identify common problems people face in that city. Now look at it. It starts by identifying. It's an agent, so it will follow exactly the way you ask it to do. It has identified the problems in Port Harcourt. Look at it. And then it's giving us 5 business opportunities solving those problems. Look at it. It now went to number 3, where we said estimated startup costs. Shikina. Then number 4, 2 simple marketing strategies. That's all. If I come down here again, someone should give me a city. Give me another city in Nigeria that you want me to try here. Give me another city. Give me another city. Okay. Whitney say Enugu. So let me put in Enugu now. So look at it. So I've done Enugu. So look at it. Can you see that? The same thing. Step 1, common problem people face in Enugu. Step 2, nothing extra. It's not going to nothing. So I'm not creating the same prompts. I'm not going to go and create a new prompt and say, okay, do for Enugu. I'm not going to create a new prompt and say, do for Kano. Or, no, you are not. So any city. So I just created an AI agent. So if I'm telling you now, just everybody just be telling me your CTO, I will generate this. Once you come, I drop the CTO I send to you. You just feel like, how is it? And it's the same format, whatever. It's because I just created an agent. It's because I just created an agent. So what does people do? By the time we just run 1 or 2 Python scripts with this Google Studio API, we could just give you a very simple website that everybody can just go put in your city. It will generate this thing for you. You put in your city to generate this stuff for you. Okay? So that's it. So another thing I'm going to show you is what we normally refer to as agent refinement. Agent refinement. So you can see come and talk to it. All right? You can see come and talk to it. For example, what should we say? So let's say focus now. I want it to maybe focus on businesses that people want to start with less than 1 million, right? So I can say focus on businesses that can start with less than 1 million. Okay. And then we can ask it to prioritize. How do we put it? Okay, I'm in text space. So let's say prioritize ideas that use digital technology. Okay. Prioritize ideas that use digital technology. And then we say ensure ideas solve real problems in Nigerian cities. We say ensure ideas solve real problems in Nigerian cities. Okay, so what we just did now is called agent refinement. Agent refinement. You see what Ibiene is doing? Ibiene on Zoom is typing that I should put less than 50,000. Ibiene, which business do you want to start with less than 50,000? God. You're stressing me. You're stressing me. I think best is just to arrest you. Yeah, the unit of the amount. I'm using Naira. I'm using N for Naira now. Victory Friday say lip gloss. Okay, I thought as much. I thought as much. Okay. Okay. So let's go. So I will run it now. So if I run it, it's going to give me a result. Okay, because I just refined it. So it's definitely going to give me a result. Okay, it's going to give me a result. And why that is happening, let me show you the tokens. Look at the tokens here. So I've done 2,223 tokens. My input tokens, as you can see there, is 170. Then the output tokens is about 4,100 and something. So far I've done 4,330 tokens. You can see that. And that is still short of, I have over 1 million tokens there. Okay, so let's see what it has done. Okay, so you see, I have updated my framework to prioritize low capital, blah, blah, blah. Please provide the name of the next CC you would like to analyze. You see, very simple, very simple. So now, if we go again and do that in, okay, someone should give us, okay, sorry, some persons mentioned city. So let me go with Zia. Zia said Uyo, so let me use Uyo now. So that's it. That's very simple, guys. Very, very simple. So let's so look at it. Estimated cost, because I said 1 million naira. So now everything is generating is within $1 million. Is within $1 million. All right. It's within $1 million. Please go to the comment section. If you've learned something right now about AI agents, just say yes. Just if you know you've learned something. Before we take our second example, then I'll tell you something interesting. See, Beatrice Kogi on YouTube is saying we should make it 1.5. I wonder the business you want to start 1.5. And Ibiene, Michael Austin on YouTube said I should tell you that it's illegal work. He said, now illegal work, he won't start with 50K. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, you guys, oh, all right. Okay, so let's take the next example we're going to build. We're going to build a study assistant agent. A study assistant agent. So just like we did before, let's type it in, study assistant AI agent. Type it in the comment section. Study assistant AI agent. Study assistant AI agent. Thank you, Zia. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Thank you, Ezeku Francis. Thank you, David Henry, Adeolua, Blessing. Thank you. Thank you. Omar Emmanuel. Thank you, Omar. Thank you, Omar. Okay. So study AI agent. So what is this going to do for us? So let me define the goal. It's going to help students understand difficult questions. All right. It's going to help students understand difficult questions. I have 5 things I want you to do. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So remember we said define the objectives, be very clear what you want it to do. So I said the study assistant agent will help students understand difficult topics. That's number one. Summarize notes, number 2. Generate practice questions, number 3. I said understand difficult topics, number 1. Summarize notes, number 2. Generate practice questions, number 3. Explain concepts in simple language, number 4. And prepare for exams, number 5. So it's like I want to build a 247 digital tutor. All right. So his job is to understand very difficult topics. It will summarize notes. It will generate practice questions. It will explain concepts in simple language, and it will prepare for exams. It will prepare for exams. Now let's go. Let's try this out. Okay. Please hold on. I crafted this, so I want us to. Okay. So let's go. So I'm creating a new chart. Of course, I can't continue with that one. That one now is is an AI agent. So I'm here creating a new one. So, so you are a study agent. You're a study assistant. You're a study assistant AI designed to help students understand concepts. You see, I'm talking with it like I'm talking to my PA. I'm talking to my assistant. Okay, I'm talking to someone working for me on what I want it to do. Just that so most persons just respect AI too much. That's why when they want to start, they say please, please, you know, especially Africans. You know where we have too much home training. We have too much home training. We say please do this, and then when it's done, we say thank you. Then if you ask it another thing, you now say don't be offended. Can you still? Those of you that have done this thing, put your right hand on your head and say, my father, my father, my father, my father, please forgive me. All right, let's go. So I said you're a study assistant AI designed to help students understand concepts, prepare for exams, and learn faster. All right. So I will do exactly what I did before by breaking it down. I say your responsibilities include explaining difficult topics, in very simple language, provide examples students can easily understand, provide examples students can easily understand, create practice questions and quizzes, create practice questions and quizzes. Sorry. Let me make it like this. So providing examples, creating, so since I say those are your responsibilities, okay. So you can also use it the way I used the first one, right? Like you can say, you can give it like the difference in this case is that first one, it was just one goal. This one, I have different goals. So that's why I'm aligning it like this. But the other one, it was just one goal. So I was able to give it step 1, step 2, step 3, how to do. But I can also, once I've defined its responsibility, I can still give it step 1, do it like this, step 2, bring it out like this, step 3, in that order. So, but now you're giving it its responsibility first. So summarizing study materials, breaking complex topics, into step by step explanations. Into step by step explanations. So for this one, I'm even going to give it rules. I'm going to give it rules. All right, I'll give it rules. And I will say, for example, always explain concepts like a very friendly teacher. All right. For like a very friendly teacher. Okay. Use simple language. Use simple language that a secondary school student can understand. If I tell you what I had in mind here, I want to see language that a secondary school student. There is a local government in River State where a chairman beat somebody. I wanted to use that place so that. So provide examples when necessary. Provide examples when necessary. When asked, listen, when asked, generate quizzes with answers. Generate quizzes when asked. So that's how I'm putting it. That when asked, generate quizzes with answers. I even go ahead to say encourage the students. Encourage the students to think critically. All right, so I'm done. But let me tell you that your goal, let me just remind it so that in case he wants to forget. So I'll tell you that your goal is to make learning easier and more engaging. So now look at this. I'm building a study body, right? A study assistant that I can easily share or tell anybody that, hey, just come to my agent. If we're together in the hostel, in the room, anywhere, I say, just don't worry, just put it there. It will give you, no worry, don't stress yourself. And it will give you in this order. All right. So I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to leave it for a while so that those of us that want to Okay. Uh, okay. I'm leaving it for a while. Okay. So let me run it first. Okay. So what did he say? He says, uh, I'm so excited to be your new study assistant. Think of me as that friendly teacher who's always in your corner, ready to make even the scariest topics feel like a breeze. Whether you're stuck on a tricky math equation, confused by science experiment, or trying to wrap your head around a long history chapter, I'm here to help you learn faster and, most importantly, have fun while doing it. So it says how I can help you. Simple explanation. See, this is what is given to a user, guys. All right. So having done that, let's see if our agent is working. All right. Exactly. Ibiene, you get it. You're smart. She said, so with this, we can generate a study assistant AI for nursing students only or any. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I told you that if you pay attention, you will know why we say there is money in AI now. It's not by making noise. It's not by a picture. You don't know. Calm down. For how many understand it? So I can build a study assistant for law. I can build a study assistant for nursing, for engineering, just like that. And then, anyways. So let's continue, Jare. So explain, what should I use now? Okay, let me ask it. Let me use something very simple. I say explain photosynthesis. Right. Explain photosynthesis like I'm a 10-year-old. In short, I'm not going to put like I'm a 10-year-old. Let's see what it will come up with. All right. Okay. So remember what your agent can do. Who remember all the objectives? Aha. Uma Emmanuel has given me a question, so I will also use it. So look at it. Please, who wrote down the objectives we want our AI to perform? I think we wrote them all down. Sorry, so it's giving us, oh, that's a whole lot. Okay. Okay, yeah. So look at where it started from. He said, that's a great question. Photosynthesis is one of the most important processes on earth. It gives you references. He said, without it, we wouldn't have food to eat or air to breathe. Then he goes ahead to say, what does the word mean? If you look at the word photosynthesis, it's actually two Greek words put together. Photo means light, synthesis means putting together or making, and all that. He goes ahead to say the kitchen analogy. So can you see? He's giving you a kitchen analogy. All right. The kitchen analogy. Think of a plant as a tiny chef and the leaf as his kitchen. To cook its food, the plant needs three main ingredients: sunlight, water, carbon dioxide. What is on the menu? You can see. Where does the magic happen? You see how he's breaking it down. You see as why should we care? So time for a mini quiz. So look at it. It gives you that, blah, 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 and all of those. So these are just gibberish link and all of those. So, and reference. So you get the idea now. That is what your AI can do. Okay. let's say, for example, I ask it to create, let me see, someone draw something. Umar said, what do plants need to make food? Okay, let me ask it. I want someone to, okay. Making of food by plants. So that's a very okay. Since we've done photosynthesis, let's look at another concept. Let's look at someone should give me a concept, a topic, any topic, science, arts, any topic. Okay, let's look at explain demand and supply. Explain demand and supply in economics. Okay, let me use Cindy. Cindy on Zoom say linear programming. So let me do linear programming. Linear programming. So I'm going to say explain linear programming. Explain linear programming. Or no, since we've used the objective we gave it, let's say create on programming, okay? Because remember, we said that this AI should be able to build quiz as well. So look at it. Look at the quiz. Look at the quiz and look at the answers. That's all. That's all, guys. That's all. That's all. That's all. Okay. All right. So this is it, guys. I have compiled. So I have another gift for you guys. I have compiled 8 examples with their prompts. But this is what I want you to do. Yes, Deborah, it's almost the same thing, but we call those AI automation, and it's also something we're going to look at. All right. So we use Notion, we use Zapier to do all of that. Okay. But don't worry, trust me, I got us. We're together in this. So so you guys are going to get that. It's free, very much free, and it's going to be there till like tomorrow evening. The other one is still there. So you have those examples. Let me open it in my phone because I think I have them already. Yeah. So I call it simple AI agent examples on Google AI Studio. So I have a business plan generator agent, and I added the script there, the code you write there. There is also startup idea validator to validate a startup idea, an AI agent that can do that. AI research assistant. There is also a grant proposal writer agent. I did that as well. CV and job application agent and all of that. Now, this is what I want you to do. Listen carefully. Once you download the stuff, go and try each of them. Pick one. Pick one and then use it. And then try it. I would like you to do, in short, just try it and take notes. I'm going to tell us what you're going to do. for one or two of them, I want you to add more things to it to make it more solid. You can even add rules to it, add more objective to it to be able to, yes, Zia, yes. So I'm going to do that. It's already 9:10. Today is Friday. So you're going to get it to be uploaded later tonight. And then you put, before that, at 10, I'm going to open the group. They started already compiling the names. Please, for those of you that sent message to my DM that have not responded, please, I want to, this is a simple disclaimer. I'm not snubbing you. I'm not ignoring your messages. My schedules are a little bit very, very, very crazy. So it's difficult to keep track of most of those messages. So if I did not respond, please, it's not an act of arrogance, all right? I'm not snubbing you. I will not do that. So if by any means you sent a message, I've not responded, please just do a reminder in the message, or if possible, drop a voice note. Very short voice note. It's easier for me to just listen immediately and respond. Most times, if it's a test, I might think I've responded and I've not. So yeah, so let's go. But for tonight, once I open it by 10, drop 5 things you learned today. 5 things. 5 things you learned today. 5 things you learned today. Drop it in the group. Once you finish that, later on tonight, I will drop the link. Don't rush. Once you get it, go and download and sit down and practice. You see it one by one, one by one, one by one. And I'm going to tell you how most of you will have to use that and make some posts on social media, especially LinkedIn, and announce yourself massively. There are money-making opportunities with AI agents, especially. So you can see now that it's not just those prompting, AI do this. This is where to do is all of this. Organic Carol say use agentic AI to respond. Actually, yes. In short, I'm building a bot that I will just have right there on my WhatsApp to help me respond to most of those. Yeah, true. All right, guys. So Promise Golden said, I will drop the link in the WhatsApp group on YouTube. He's asking which platform can we get the free material. I will drop it in the WhatsApp group now. Tamuno Barabi said he's having issues downloading. No, just go and sign up. Sign up and go back and click the link. Go to shareviral.co and sign up. Those of you asking, go to shareviral.co, sign up, then go to Marketplace. You will see Viral Marketplace. Go to Viral Marketplace and you will download the AI Advantage. You will download the AI Advantage. How do you get the code of your prompt to someone if you're building for them? Well, the truth about it is, I will explain that tomorrow, Ibinabo. There are different ways we do that, but basically Python. We go to Python, install a library, do it, and then use the Gemini API. And that way you can build a very simple website that can do that. If I have the time tomorrow, I will take us on a walk on how that is done. So thank you, everyone. It's been amazing. Thank you, thank you. Yes, CBNA is bad prompting, or bad prompting. That's the answer. Yeah, it's either they didn't prompt it properly. Bright Ejeku said, I had a very terrible network. Bright, go back to YouTube and rewatch. So thanks, everyone. Do have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your weekend. So please don't forget, tomorrow, 4 p.m. is only for businesses and business owners. Businesses and business owners. And like I said, if you don't have the mind, don't come. We're not just going to be talking AI. We're going to be talking core business strategy in the AI age. All right. So if you don't have the mind to take in stuff when it comes to business, don't. We will share deep things and we'll talk more on how AI can help us, especially with things we've learned so far for businesses. So we do that from 4 to 5:30 or 6. And then I say tomorrow's session is going to be by 8. for general section tomorrow by 8. All right. Yeah, newly startup can join. Wisdom, newly startup can join. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Please ensure that you've documented your journey on socials. Please, I don't want any one of you to miss out on the grouping. Please, I beg you. So thanks, everyone. Do have a wonderful evening. Good night.